Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing some Blitz. Last video we did some Bullet, but now we're going to slow down, play some Blitz. Um, so we need 15 games to um, to join the hourly Blitz tournaments. So we are going to um, we're going to play some Blitz games. Uh, let's do 5 plus 3. I don't think we're not gonna play these in one sitting. That would be kind of nuts, I think, but we're gonna try. All right, we're gonna start out e4, and we'll go from there. E5, symmetrical. Just trying to figure out what I want to play. I almost I almost just went this. That would have been kind of funny. Anyway, knight f3. I for some reason I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of playing into a 4 knights. I don't know why. I don't know, it's just kind of a comfort thing for me. I just feel very comfortable playing this game. Okay, so two main moves are bishop b5 and d4. I prefer d4. Neither move is better than the other. I just like d4. Okay, I think this might be a mistake already. Cause I have this pin here. And now I'm going to destroy his castling rights, and then I'm going to attack his thingy, and it's not going to be a fun time for for my opponent, but it's still pretty even, because well it's hard to really take advantage of these kinds of setups, but it is easier for white to play, of course. He's just attacking here. That's cool. How do we want to defend that? Yeah, I could just go here. That defends and then attacks this way. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. If I just castle, he just capture to capture and then takes my pawn. I can take this pawn, but then it's more or less even, with black having a little bit of an advantage because he traded a f pawn for e pawn with double pawns over here. So I'm going to try this and just create a threat. He can play this if he wants, but I have a bigger threat happening on f7. Let's see what my opponent does. My opponent in the midst of a think. Trying to fill the dead space here while he thinks. This is probably going to be the hard part of creating these kinds of videos. If knight f7, rook f8. Knight g5, bishop takes, b takes, knight. Oh wait, h6, knight f3, knight e4. I have to castle, and he takes my pawn there. Maybe this isn't so simple. I was going to castle, and then I was going to capture, and then this is still guarded, but this is still. Maybe he plays rook f8. Yeah, I'm pretty certain about this plan. I just want my king safe. I think I value king safety over some other stuff. Yeah, thought so. But he's trading bishop for knight, so I don't really. Oh, now my opponent has fallen into a tactic bishop a3, which is super deadly. And this is why you keep your two bishops. Two bishops are just much too overpowered in chess. They're just so good because you can get these insane material advantages like this. You can convert two bishops to a really awesome advantage. And now h6 doesn't do anything. It puts me on a better square, actually. I don't even want to be here because of bishop. Yeah, it just trapped. And knight on the 7th rank. It just leaves much to be desired. My next plan of attack is to put my other rook on the center file and then just win through our material advantage. But it's still not over yet. Both kings are safe, and there's still a lot of play to be decided here. So we still gotta be careful. Right now, I'm tempted to play here into here. I do have some awkward pawns. My bishop is well placed. Let's just, I think we just need to put some pressure here and then take. Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Here, we're just contesting the e5 square. He can play this, but after here, I have a take. My pawn structure doesn't really matter, and I'm keeping out the knight. So, and then I'm just up a solid rook for knight there. So yeah, black has to answer some questions here that are not going to be easy. I have my fan on, and I tested it beforehand, so I know that my my microphone isn't picking it up. It's quite hot in the middle of June here in Chicago, and black resigned. Cool. Yeah, d6 is really not good. You can look in the Explorer. It's actually the second most played among everyone on Lichess, but once you filter it for over 2,000, it's still the number 3, but at 3%, but ED4 is the overwhelming choice. But once you put everybody in here, yeah, it's at 10%. ED4 is, of course, the best idea here. It's a forced move. The idea is so we can have this here and then capture, and then I believe it's bishop out, or even bishop here, or even like bishop here and just queen d2 castle, something like that. So pretty good. Obviously, you can also play here. That this is also quite okay. You just have to be careful of f2. All right, let's play again. We're getting more. I'm more interested in Sicilian, so that's what I'm going to play. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're going to. I'm going to play this way. Yeah, it's a lot of amateurs play bishop b5 immediately, and then get punished pretty quickly. I could even play this right now. Let me make sure that's. Oh, it does. It does work. It does work, I think. Yeah, it should work. Do I get... I could also play queen b6. Here. This is already pretty dicey for my... if here there's this, take here. Oh, this is gross. Okay, yeah, I can't play this way because of queen h5 at the... okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm just having to go through my reasoning there. That was a bit too much time used there. Bishop g5, g4 is not the best move. I'm gonna play... so we might as well just play e6 here, and then just... oh, he's gonna play f4 now. Okay, that's a move. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this way. He's voluntarily losing a pawn, though. Oh, no, he's not because of this. Okay. Still think it's the right move. Okay, now he's lost a knight. He takes my knight. Okay, I have to think about this. Takes here, he takes here, I take here. Could just take the pawn with tempo. I think that's easier. Yeah, choose the definitely just choose the simpler option. I am using a lot of time here, so I do have to keep that in mind. This is now biting on some granite. Oh, he could sacrifice in the future. He could kick around my stuff. Let me... maybe this bishop is performing a useful function after all. Okay, let's play this way. And now we're going to... bishop here. Okay. Oh, he might have this. No, right? Because of capture. Okay. Okay. It's then I grab two pieces for the rook there. Okay. Yep, no problem. Lot to think about. But if he's wise, he just plays bishop g1. Here I'm not too sure about. But I want to play it. Oh, play it anyway. kind of mostly my life. That's kind of how my life goes. Not quite sure, but I'm gonna do it anyway. um, all right, now my opponent should definitely be thinking. Um, Especially about the ramifications of knight f3 and e4 coming right after. Oh wait, my bishop's hanging. So knight f3, bishop g1, king g1. No, he shouldn't play that. Oh, shouldn't play that either. I don't think this gives me a good excuse to do this. My bishop is hanging. Also, oh man, oversight, oversight. No. uh, okay. Yep, that's the correct move there. Okay, now I am down some material. Or I will be down some material. So I should not trade pieces, probably. Okay. Let's play this first. Let him take this rook. Going to play king f8, queen d6, king g8, h3. Yes, that is all fine. h3, yep. Playing exactly how I thought he would. And now we're going to aim for this amazing little post here. I think it's amazing. I don't even know. I thought it was amazing when I now I'm not so sure. He might be able to surround that knight there, actually, but I just saw it looking out on all of these squares, and I was like, ooh, let's go for it. I could care less about this pawn. I think I don't know. If he's wise here, I think he plays rook f3 and just lets this pawn go. Because he has to guard h3 at the same time. And I was thinking about just chasing his queen around, but there's no way I can really do that. Yeah, rook f3. It's a pretty good move. It's like my opponents can read my mind. I wanted to sacrifice and play this, but it doesn't quite work. Okay, at the least, I can get my pawn back. Yep, I'll at least get my pawn back. That sounds like a reasonable option. I may lose this game. But, so capture, capture. Ooh, this is on the map now. Ugh. On the horizon now. And my rook is just not active. Quite unfortunate. Yeah, I think we have to go back. I can't really sacrifice here like I intended. He may just capture now. I should have played knight d4. That would have been kind of sick, actually. Sort of like an in-between move. But I did not play it because I don't know. Not a smart human. That's not gonna work. It's just so inactive here. It's really, really bad. Yeah, and I just gotta get out of dodge with my horsey. Tough position, tough position. Maybe I can win some tempo or win some tempi and then get this rook out. Oh, he's letting me do it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We have hope. We have some hope now. This is on the menu almost. Okay, good, good. We can get our rook out, and then we might be able to squeeze this from the jaws of defeat. All right. I want to play here, capture, capture, or capture rather. Okay, we gotta make a move. Make a move that looks scary. That is the whole purpose of this move. Make it look scary. And I'm also complicating the position. Let's now do this. We are definitely not okay here. Damn. Capture, capture, capture. Check. And I'm back in the game. Let's go. We back. Okay, I can't trap that knight. To the 7th rank we go. H6 to prevent mate. To the 7th rank we go. Oh shit! I didn't see that. Let's create another threat. Let's check our opponent or allow check. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just playing a move. The expected result is a draw, but still tough. All right, we still gotta. He can check me if he wants. I don't think it really matters if he does or not. I'm gonna surround this. Yeah, this is a draw. That is the expected result now. Okay, he's going to check me. I'm going to check him first. I should have just ran with my pawn, but yeah. We're going to do this instead. He should just run over and get this pawn over here, which he's now doing. Crap. And he ran out of time. What a... Yeah, this is a draw. Interesting. Definitely some interesting moments. Let me see here. I was dead lost for a while. So I had to kind of... Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do here. Had to think about it. E6 was correct, yep. And then what I was alluding to before I played A6 was I can't play this because I don't, no, not because of that, because of this. Here, check. And then we have, after here, we have this. And now there's a fork here, and I can't stop it. And if I go up, this is really bad. I think. Yeah, this is just really bad. He just checks, and that's like the best case scenario that I have in that line there. Yeah, so that's why I couldn't capture the pawn there. E6, A6, E6 was the right idea. E5 was interesting. I didn't think that was right, but it ended up being okay. I just chose the simpler option. I could have played this and went for this kind of game. Or not that, but like this kind of game where it's a lot more complicated. But my pieces are more active, and I can play like b5 and then bishop b7. This is probably what I should have done objectively. Yeah, that's probably. But then I was like losing. Yeah, I miscalculated this. This was really stupid of me. I should have captured first, and then after. He can't take with his rook, as this is a smothered mate. So taking with the king is the only move. Capture here, and then I take, and then there's this nasty fork, or I could, even more to the point, here, and then I would be winning, but instead I pulled the trigger too quickly, 3 seconds, and yeah, he took with the best piece, and now I have 2 pieces under attack, which is really bad for me. So yeah, that's the mistake that I made there. All right, let's do another. What? E4, best by test. E5. I just keep going back to the 4 knights, but Petrov. Now you can play the Scotch game here, and it's like sort of okay. Queen e7 is eh. Yeah, this is no good. Yeah, queen e4 and bishop e2, castle. You're just white is black is just perpetuating white's development here. And even here, I can even make a really mean move and play d4, which I think I'm going to do. I'm in that kind of mood. I could play this way. I'm in that kind of mood today. So yeah, this controls the center, gains a tempo. That's kind of central move. He attacks my king like a caveman. And now I'm just going to castle, play principled chess. Yeah, he's playing what I call caveman chess. Basically, he's just playing with no concept of tempo or space or anything like that. So he's just going to get his pieces really just pushed around here. I could even I could even do that if I want to, but his queen is about to get trapped. He only has one square, and this actually is very close to trapping the queen, so I'm going to not do that, because that's a pin. I think queen e2, activate my piece, d5. I know it's knights before bishops, but I really need this bishop out. I could also like maneuver like this if I really wanted to. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah, I should have done that. Maybe even bishop f4 is good, is better, because I can just do this without any real consequence. Okay, it's using time, so we're going to execute our maneuver and trap our opponent's queen. Okay, he's putting the question. I'm going to save it or keep it here. If I play this, I am vulnerable to g5. And then I have to move again. So let's do this. Again, this is a really good example of the two bishops in action. I think that's what we're going to do our shorts on today. It's the two bishops. Now we're going to play knight f1. And that's actually good. That's actually pretty good. Defeating knight g3 idea. So we're going to prepare our idea. It doesn't quite work anymore. Damn, now we can get out. That sucks. Okay. Dang. Okay, well played. We have to do something else now. Let's just make our pieces better. That's, yeah. I'm not worried about g5. I'm just going to play bishop h2, and then our bishop is just better. So I thought I found a knockout blow there, but he defended, or my opponent defended well by playing a move I didn't expect. I expected bishop c7 actually, but yeah. But maybe I should have played bishop f4 to begin with, and then just executed my maneuver. Or I could have even started developing by knight d2 first, and then knight f1. Yeah, I got a little tunnel visioned. I kind of tunnel vision there. I think he's contemplating bishop h3, g takes h, queen h3, but then I have knight h2. Either knight to h2. And it doesn't really do anything. Okay, how do I make my position better here? Knight e5 probably? Just kind of do something, you know? Yeah. Then I have an idea of f3 here, which would force him to play knight d6. Yeah, tough call. I gotta remember that my bishop is hanging here. Here, knight here. I don't really want to compromise king safety anymore. Alright. Our dreams are still alive, though. No, they're not. No, they're not. I was going to try to do this, but then he has queen h4, and or he even has this, and yeah, okay, we're not trapping this queen. We just have to play this way, I think. Yeah. Despite him playing a suboptimal way early on, I haven't really taken advantage of my opportunities like I should have. So, yeah. That happened. Okay. Yeah, that's a reasonable move. Let's bishop h2. Oh, I didn't see that. Fuck my life. Ugh. Does he play here? If he does that, take. Actually, I can take, and then win back the bishop. Okay. I am the luckiest human that I have ever, who has ever played the game of chess. I am so lucky I'm not dead lost here, because I have a knockback tactic. Wow, what a game. Uh, I'm just so lucky. He's gonna play like knight g3. Does he see that? I wonder if he's got to see that his tactic doesn't work, right? He won a pawn, but it doesn't actually work. The tactic doesn't work fully. I didn't quite see that. I thought I was just lost. We capture. And do we capture back? Do we just do this? I got a minute here. I'm actually unsure. Capture. King G1, knight back. Oh, my bishop is under attack. I need to do this. I was thinking he would have done something else. Because now I have a really... Okay, he is now... Yeah, I lost. He got his queen there. Capture. Good game. Wow, that was really interesting. Just want to see that. Yeah, that was a really interesting game. This is kind of caveman chess. Um, Rook e1, castle. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, that was good. Yeah, so one of the pitfalls of bringing your queen out so early is that it gets chased around. And here I could have just not done h3. Instead, I think a better use of my time was just knight bd2, knight f1, into knight g3, and then I could probably play h3. Just because it's just better, principally. Um, and it's just, and I have the two bishops here. So, also the two bishops are just so good on these diagonals. I mean, whew, just sexy. And that's kind of what saved me here was the two bishops. And this bishop is just, ugh. So uh-oh, never mind. Okay, I played this. I probably should have played this. And then this. But I didn't quite, I didn't play very accurately here. Yeah, I allowed him to take a tempo. I came back. Again, f4 is the best square. It's just a lot of, just controlling a lot of squares. I'm not really sure what I'm worried about from black. Anyway. G knight f1, and then here I was like, wait a second, I can just do this, this, and this. But then I realized I can't do that because bishop queen g6 there's really, really awesome. So my opponent really defended well here. So kept up his support point, and now yeah, 95 is decent. But allows his bishop to come into the game. Better idea is just rook d1. I'm not really worried about anything here because I'm defending. I'm defending very easily here. So I'm not really worried. Yeah, knight d2, queen here. Yeah, I gotta move my, and yeah, and I just completely blundered that. I didn't even see queen f2. Take, and I was so lucky here because I was so lucky I wasn't just dead lost. Capture, and I capture, and I'm actually still even in material. I'm down a pawn, but piece-wise, I'm still even. After knight d2, the game goes on bishop f5, and after queen. Oh wait, we already went through queen. After like knight g3, trying to go for mate, just capture. So I was just very, very lucky. I was not lost. And I in fact made the correct move. I could have even played rook e2 here. But it's really not that necessary. Actually, it is necessary. Is it necessary? Is it necessary? I could have played like this. Instead, I just played bishop here, and then... Oh, gets back to queen. And I'm down material. Oh, gosh, even there, it's just so... I didn't even see that during the game. Yeah, that would have been really complicated. This is much simpler. Keeps the... Yeah, and then this is a blunder, of course, because his knight is now in big doo-doo. And yeah, then he lost his queen. So yeah, really interesting game there. That was really, really, really cool. I think we'll do one more. because why not? Just trying to get as many games as I can. All right. Nightmare 1971. Let's go. Oh, I'm white. Sorry. I thought I was playing black. Um, I have. Let's just. Yeah. I was thinking about it. Didn't do it. But we're gonna still play in a way that's. This is the closed. No, not the closed. It's Alapin Sicilian. This is the main line of it, I believe. I used to play Alapin Sicilian during tournaments, any chance that I got. And this is just no good. There's no way this can be good. Hmm. Yeah, the reason is black has a real weakness now, and now I can just kind of take um I can take the tempo. That's interesting way to proceed. I think I'll just keep going, just keep finding homes for my pieces. I can take this whenever, so I'm not too worried. If here I can even play 95. If here d4, rook d1. Is that so bad? I don't think so. It's not that bad. Yeah, that should be fine. As long as I don't castle queenside, you know. But I'm mobilizing all my pieces, and there's not much that black can do to stop that. So we'll play rook d1. Yeah, before I take this pawn, I'm definitely going to castle. Because this guy's pinned, so... okay, so how can I win this pawn cleanly? If I capture, and then capture, it's not so clean because I still have this perpetual pin. I could even not capture the pawn at all and just play knight b5 and then knight d4. That's another issue. It takes more time though, allows black to play f6, so, or even h6. But if h6, I intend to play not even. Okay, this guy's pinning, so we can just probably just take this right away. Let me actually calculate this out so that I'm not. We capture, and ooh, I think there's a problem. Huh. Okay. I think there's a problem there. Okay, we need to. I think this is the correct idea. That, or we can try to take over the C file and then try to get into here or here. I'm expecting h6. think this loses. I think queen b6 loses quite swiftly to knight d6. Queen trade, capture, capture, recapture. Oh no, wait, that doesn't work because I'm defending too many times. And he's letting me cap. Okay, cool. That is cool with me. I now need to just trade down and be happy with what I have here. And just kind of grind out the win. He's going for c4. I will not allow him to do that though. The next idea is rook c1. I don't even need to play f3 here, so that would compromise my king safety. My next threat is rook c7. Wait, no, it's not, because of... Ooh, there's a pin down that file. Maybe I need to play h3. Or, now hear me out. We can just play here. Oh, I think we can win this pawn too. Win this pawn. Okay, so but I can't leave my rook hanging on this file. So the first thing we do is this. Yeah. Second thing we do is fork. This is the cleanest way to win this pawn. Still not easy, but a lot easier. Yeah, okay. We can do this and this. Still not over because yeah, it's still not over. But our rooks belong behind passed pawns. And we're going to try to... Ooh. Okay, we will allow him to do that. Do I just come back and defend this? That seems really passive. Well, as long as my guys are on dark squares, that bishop really can't hurt me. My position can't be any worse because all my stuff's on dark squares. This might be a draw now. Ugh. Yikes. Okay. Let's now... That's... Okay, we still need to stay on dark squares. So let's do that. I'm trying to get towards the center so I can... Yeah, I just need my king in the center so that I can do stuff. Still very difficult, yeah. Now we can, oh gosh, if I move that, there's a rook f3 coming. And I think now I can push. I can sacrifice this pawn. Evade the checks. Well, it's not really a sacrifice. I'm just attacking the... Okay, now I can just go back. Oh gosh. And then can check, and then we can... This was kind of stupid. Just don't play this. We can now... Yep, just take tempi. Attack. And now we're going to get both rooks to the 7th by staying on the dark squares. And then rolling our pawn to the goal. And now we actually have a checkmate in sight. So let's say our opponent... I just wanted to show this real quick. If our opponent tries to play an attacking move, then our rooks... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, never mind. Our rooks will save the day here. Just like this. Pretty cool. But yeah, let's go over a little bit of this game. Yeah, Alapin Sicilian. E5 is the main move. D4, capture, G6, bishop C4, and E6, completely wrong. Blunder. Bad move. Bad. Like, it is so suicidal to have these kind of doubled pawns. Because they can just be attacked like this. I basically use my initiative to attack the enemy pieces, the enemy position. Capture here, rook d1, just using all your pieces. You just have to use all of your pieces when you're attacking, or anytime really. You have to use your pieces. Like the greatest players who have ever played chess, who have ever played the game, use their pieces. They used all their pieces. Very positional players. Yeah, I played rook e1, just getting out all my pieces. Notice that this rook is not in the game. Both of these rooks are. Black's pieces are super passive. This bishop is biting on granite. This queen is not activated. This pawn is probably the best piece that black has, and this bishop has been reduced to a mere pawn, basically. Knight b4. Here's when I had to like think a little bit, just to like figure out what I was going to do, and just improved pieces. And yeah, queen b6 is a mistake, which allows knight d6, and if he moves the guy here, he loses his thingy. Pretty simple there. So I won the exchange. He attacked my pawn. He's trying to provoke this so he can get into c4. And I didn't want to allow that, so I played knight d4. F3 actually detracts from our plan, and it compromises king safety, so just don't compromise king safety. Just continue with your idea. Notice that this knight cannot be challenged anymore. I exchanged pieces, and then I won a pawn, and then I activated my rooks this way. He played the right defensive idea, and now I'm going to go this way to support my pawn and try to get this bishop out of its little defensive position. This was a mistake, because I can play e6 immediately, taking advantage of this pin, and then I just moved back. Evil laugh commences. Yeah, okay, so that was fun, and the rest is history here. And then he resigned. So good game. So we had a lot of fun here. Played a few games, and yeah, so if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys the next video.